guys, welcome back for another episode of En Buena Onda. It's me, Anna. I have Brianette over here, and then I have Vanessa.
Hi everyone, welcome
guys.
Back. So today we're gonna start off with an icebreaker.
We're starting off so bad, bitch. You're not even holding the microphone to your mouth.
But I feel like it picks up still, no?
No,
Super
it's
low.
way too far.
Yeah.
Okay. So today we're gonna start off with a little icebreaker activity.
Yeah, so today I just want to ask, if you could go back 5 years, would you do anything differently? Or is there something that you would change?
Yes. Can I start?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think speaking for me obviously, right? I would take the time off and I would spend more time with my family.
Yeah.
Porque el tiempo pasa volando. And before you even know it, like, I'm about to be 40 already, you know? And I feel like I am a very, like, family and friends, like, type of person. But I feel like I could have done more. And from now on, like, I choose to, like, move forward and not miss those opportunities.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like sometimes we invest so much of our time in like work or anything that has nothing to do with our family or our priorities like that. Because I feel like family is priority to me too. So I feel like sometimes we make that like a second,
Option?
like a second, not an option, but I guess our second thing to take care of. That we forget that time passes by so fast.
Yes.
I agree. If I could go back 5 years, I would definitely like spend more time with my grandma. Cause you don't realize it at the time, but es tiempo que nunca
You're never
la
gonna
vida
get
no
back.
te no te devuelve.
Yeah.
So,
And when I said family, that's what I mean. Like, more than anything, yes, my grandparents, but it's just in general family for me.
Yeah. Same here. I feel like I would definitely spend more time with my grandma, knowing that I could have, like been there a little bit more prior to her passing away. Dedicating more time to things that she liked to do. I had the privilege to, my family had the privilege to take her to Vegas because she has never been and she wanted to do that before anything. So we were able to do that for her, and we had such a great time that I wish we could have done so many other things before. And then again, like, be more with my parents. That's why now I think that I prioritize like being with my family more. Like if I have two things going on, let's say, just be with my parents on a weekend and, just whatever, just watch movies or whatever. I'd rather do that than go out. I don't know. I've just been, after that, I feel like I valued my family a little bit more.
And I will say, I'll make it just comment on that out of the three of us, I feel like you're the one that's the most with family, like on family time, going on trips, like going out to eat on Sunday mornings, like I see that, and I love that about your family. I love unity. I love spending time. I love spending time with family. Me llama mucho la atención una familia que es muy unida. And I feel like you guys are blessed with that, and that is a blessing.
It is, and I feel like that's why I've always, like, even though I do spend the time, or most of the time versus, you guys, I feel like sometimes it's not enough time. So I'm thinking, like, if I could have gone back five years from today, I wish I could have just given it all of my time. But at the same time, it's like I still have a life to live,
Yeah.
Like I'm still an adult. I still need to do things on my own. I'm still a dependent. So I don't know. I feel like before, since I was younger, I feel like I didn't, not that I didn't care, but I feel like I wanted to do my things.
Like do your own things.
Yeah, do my own things. And now that I'm older, I see the value more of family, that I just rather spend a weekend with my family and go out.
I love that.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, so opening a little bit about that, but now we're going to change the topic to something that's very trending, or a good chisme that's going around a lot. I don't know, Brie, did you have a chance to?
I haven't had a chance to look at the notes. I was so busy today, but I'm intrigued.
You're intrigued? Wait, before
What chisme? Also, quick disclaimer. I sound a little rough because I'm sick, and Vanya sounds a little congested because she's starting to get sick. So, bear with us.
I'm also sick.
Sick of you bitches. I'm sick of you bitches.
I'm also feeling a little sick.
I knew that was coming.
Okay, so yeah, there is a little chisme going on that just popped off. What, yesterday or today? I think it was today. No.
Well, it started hitting bigger yesterday. I think the interview was on Thursday.
Yeah.
No,
same.
Wednesday I think the interview was, and then it was posted yesterday. So it started to become a thing since yesterday.
So catch me up a little bit on what are the allegations?
Okay. So let's start from back in, I'm just kidding. 2020.
No, yes.
So we all know, hopefully you all know, but Christian Nodal and Ángel Aguilar just recently got married, right? And his ex-partner, Cazzu, was very on the low after they had the separation. So she was like quiet, wasn't saying anything. She was just minding her own business with her daughter, right? But then
the daughter they have together.
The daughter that Christian Nodal and Cazzu have together, yeah. Well, recently on an interview, Ángel Aguilar had said all these things, like saying that all the parties involved were okay with their relationship, like everybody knew about it, like months prior to them making it public, they were already okay with it, and that no hearts were broken, and they were all adults, and that they were all okay with it. So recently, I want to say Wednesday, Cazzu went on a podcast, on one of her friends' podcasts, and she opened up about it, and she said that was a lie, that no.
La desmintió.
La desmintió, and that she felt kind of obligated to speak about the topic because they were speaking about her feelings.
Without speaking for her.
For her feelings. And she said, somebody that doesn't really know me, spoke about the way I was feeling when she had no idea what I was going through. She had mentioned no hearts were broken when her heart was broken. When her heart and other hearts were broken. So pretty much saying her heart and her daughter, her family was broken for her. And she also said that she had no idea about this relationship. So for her not to say, que no dijera la Ángela que ella sabía, and that because they're making it seem like it was a plan and that everybody was okay with it, and that was not true. And so she had no idea that they were in a relationship. She found out the same way that everybody else found out.
Like, at the same time.
So for her to say all the parties involved knew prior to making it public was a lie. And so in my thought, I'm just like thinking, okay, so I kind of have a feeling that Ángela just went yapping her mouth because she knew that Cazzu was not speaking up. And so now that she's speaking up, she felt attacked.
Or so she thought that she wasn't going to speak
because she was very on the low for the last couple months. Ever since they broke up,
nunca había dado una opinión.
Never said anything about anything. And now she said she felt like she was obligated and that she had to put a limit to things because she was feeling that they were speaking for her when she wasn't saying anything.
Sí.
I personally respect her so much because she, one, said everything very classy, very demure.
Very demure.
Very demure.
Eso sí.
Very, very classy. My respects for her because she was very respectful. She was very, without offending anybody, she said everything, the way she felt, and I honestly believe her 100%.
I do too.
Well, she has to, I feel like, be classy about it and ultimately not drag Christian Nodal's name, because at the end of the day, that's like, there's a child involved.
That's and that's what she said.
Her daughter's dad.
Yeah, she said, no matter what, that's going to be my child's dad, and he's always going to, if he always wants to be a part of her life, he's going to be there, and I'm always going to open the door and be respectful and never
and cordial.
and never be, and when she said, when I found out, I had nothing to do. I did nothing about it because there's nothing to do when somebody doesn't want to stay with you. So
Sí.
I respect her for that.
Eso es una cosa de lo que yo quería hablar, dice ella en la entrevista, porque yo también la miré justamente hoy. Ella dice que yo no voy a retener, dijo algo muy importante que me llamó la atención, dije yo, wow, dijo, yo no voy a retener a un hombre que no quiere estar conmigo.
Yeah, she's like, no hay nada de qué pelear si la persona no quiere estar contigo.
No hay nada, o sea, nada. Hoy en día yo puedo decir que yo también me siento así.
Yeah.
Yo me siento tan identificada con ella, oye, bueno, ahora, ¿verdad? Porque antes como que I was not there, you know, but I'm just saying. O sea, ya ahorita, el día de hoy, valoro tanto la vida que pienso que retener a un hombre que no quiere estar contigo por capricho, por obsesión, por, no sé, por locura.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Pero no nomás lo pienso como en términos de una relación de hombres o de romance, ¿verdad? También lo pienso como en la familia. Si tienes una persona tóxica en tu familia, que yo no, sí no, ¿verdad? Uno que otro. Hay una que otra fruta podrida por ahí que, ay no, ni se me olvida, ¿verdad? Pero pienso como en la familia, en los amigos, en el romance, en todos estos aspectos de tu vida. O sea, no hay que forzar una relación si no quieren ser parte de tu vida. ¿Por qué?
No, you're right. I totally agree with that. Like I wouldn't see myself begging for love from anyone. I feel like at some point it kind of not begged, but I just let things happen. That I was kind of like letting it go and just for that person to stay, and that's not okay. Like, don't let yourself feel or be, ¿cómo se dice?
Humiliated?
Kind of, yeah, humiliated just for that person to stay.
Humillarte. Como
yeah.
no te humilles solamente para que alguien se quede en tu vida.
Exactly.
Es que uno no tiene que estar mendigando amores.
Amores, yeah. And it goes same with family. Like, don't, just for your family to be okay. No, it's not worth it. It's not worth the bad energy. It's not worth the stress. It's not worth your unhappiness. Because you're not going to be happy. Mm-hmm. If you just want somebody there por capricho, por whatever, you're not going to, maybe you're happy, but the person you're with is not going to be happy. And they're not going to make your life easy. I feel like in that relationship, Nodal and Christian and whatever, what's her name? Angela. He's gonna get tired of her. I could already see it.
A mí se me hace como que Ángela está como bien inmadura.
Es una niña caprichosa. Like, she's
just
getting in her way.
She's giving
kind
me
of
those
immature,
vibes.
or like, not immature, pero empalagosa.
Yeah. Empalagosa, caprichosa. Caprichosa in a way that she's not, I feel like she's not used to a no. Mm-hmm. And she's used to daddy giving her everything.
Or fixing all her problems.
And fixing all her problems, so she feels like she can just pick and choose.
Mija, Ángela, siéntate por favor, ya me enfadaste.
Just a little bit of context for like people that don't know, like backstory. Cazzu was obviously with Christian Nodal, and years ago, Ángel Aguilar and Christian Nodal made a song together. So when Cazzu and Christian Nodal, got in a relationship and had a baby, Ángel Aguilar was around because they were friends in the industry who made a song together. So when Cazzu and Christian Nodal announced that she was pregnant, she went on an interview, or she had like a little short interview, Ángela Aguilar, saying that she was super excited for them because they were friends or whatever, and that she was going to be an aunt. So fast forward to what's happening now that, Cazzu and Christian obviously broke up, and now Ángela and Christian are in a relationship.
They're married.
Oh yeah, they're married now. So I can imagine how it's kind of like a slap in the face. Like, you know what it's giving? It's giving like, you got with the girl that I didn't have to worry about, or you said I didn't have to worry about.
Yeah, it's like, esa amiga nada más, Mm-hmm. And supuestamente she had commented on one of her posts, on one of Cazzu's posts, like,
I'm fan of your relationship.
Relación, yeah. And oh my god, a lot of people were making a lot of
Y
memes.
se fue súper viral.
Se fue viral y hubo un episodio del caso La Rosa de Guadalupe that made it fan de tu relación. I saw it. It was fucking funny.
Así se llamaba el
Fan de tu
capítulo.
relación, yeah.
Güey, me lo tienes que mandar.
Sí, I saw it on YouTube.
Te lo juro que lo quiero ver.
I just saw little clips of it on TikTok.
No, I saw it. I had to see everything because I was like, let me see if it makes sense. Like,
I was cringing though.
Why?
Like the little clips. I don't know, como que La Rosa de Guadalupe gets like tackier and tackier.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
the ¿cómo se dice? The acting is so cringe.
Yeah.
It's not
crazy.
giving like, you know, back in our days it was Casos de la Vida Real.
Ay,
Yeah.
los casos de la vida
that
real.
was different.
But yes.
Well, now they just want to make profit out of anything. So it's not the same as before. I used to be a very fan of La Rosa de Guadalupe, and now it's like just I don't know.
Y
it's-
como
it's
dice el
funny.
dicho.
Yeah,
That
too.
one was good too.
Mhm. But yeah, going back to that, it's just funny that like a couple weeks after Nodal, porque Cazzu dijo que a ella la dejaron. They didn't break up, and you know both agreed to break up. I mean, she didn't stop him from leaving.
It wasn't like a mutual thing
No.
amongst all parties. That's what you're saying,
No,
right?
she said that he said he was done. She didn't stop him because there's nothing to fight for if he doesn't want to be there. But it was for different reasons. And she did ask, was there a third person involved? And he said no. So all of a sudden, and he did do he did a live, I think.
He did
a
it
live.
He did a live after. He did that
After.
today, I think.
I think it was last night or today. I can't remember.
I don't know, but I saw it this morning. And no alcancé a escuchar todo lo que dijo, pero sí estaba como, básicamente still trying to support Angela's side of the
Yeah.
story. Still trying to hold strong, like, o sea, ve la madre de tu hija, la clase con la que ella habló, y tú aún así sigues defendiendo. Yo mejor me hubiera callado. Si yo fuera un hombre
Exactly.
inteligente,
Nomás estás quedando peor.
mejor me hubiera quedado callado.
Yeah.
I think that obviously like because they're married, I mean he has to back up his wife, right? But sí también tiene que tomar en cuenta que that's his kid's mom. And
Okay.
that's like
Aparte
sorry.
el circo que está haciendo, o
Yeah.
sea, no se está
in
dando cuenta.
in this case, in this scenario, I would just, you know, stay quiet.
Yeah, I agree because you can't take sides. I understand she's your wife, but also she's the mother of your kid, and eventually your kid is gonna grow up and he's gonna see
She's gonna
She's
have
gonna
access
see
to
The internet,
watching all
that
of
he
this.
always chose his wife over. You know, he just should have just stayed quiet and gave nobody the side.
Mhm.
Angela que ya
taking his
spoke
daughter
what she
into
spoke.
consideration, not taking his wife's side over his kid's mom, because I don't believe that your loyalty lies with your kid's mom after you already formed.
Another family,
Yes.
or a marriage.
A marriage.
His
Sure.
loyalty lies with his daughter, but not with his kid's mom.
Okay,
Okay.
wait, tengo algo que decir. Okay, y a todo esto, so, I'm sorry, Manny, go ahead because I totally lost my train of thought.
Sorry, I was just gonna say because Angela did mention like we were all adults, all parties involved were adults, but
And
that's not
Cazzu
true.
said, no, there's a baby.
There is a
involved."
baby involved, and that's a life that you were supposed to protect. So I agree with her 100%. Like, it doesn't matter. It could have been, you know, that's fine. La dejaron a ella, that's fine. But you also left your daughter, and now all this like story, all these, you know, la gente se inventa tantas cosas que you don't think que cuando mi hija crezca va a escuchar todas estas versiones, van a escuchar que hablaron mal de su mamá por cosas que hizo su papá.
Wait a
Y
minute.
él no le puso una pausa. He didn't stop it at all. Because when Angela was talking and talking and talking, ¿por qué no él dijo, sabes qué, mejor aquí déjenla y no hay que hablar de eso?
Because you know what I think? I honestly think that he's probably pressured by Pepe Aguilar.
That's what a lot of people are saying.
I'm honestly thinking because vamos a ponernos a pensar, ¿quién es el que siempre da la cara? He does anything to protect, and yes, he does. And I'm proud of him for standing up for his
Yeah,
daughter.
as a father should.
Yeah.
As a father should.
Because
Sí,
as a
but
parent,
hay límites.
I
wouldn't,
as a
I wouldn't
parent-
make anybody else defend my kid. I mean, for me. I wouldn't. Yo siento que no. Like, I wouldn't make. Supuestamente están diciendo que él le habló a Christian Nodal que él tenía que dar la cara por ella y defenderla.
Esto yo
Pero
no
si
sabía.
si ya sabes cómo es tu hija, ¿qué hay que defender? ¿Qué vas a defender? Mejor ya cierra el asunto
because
ya.
Cazzu made her look like she's lying. La
Because she
quedó
is
como una
lying.
mentirosa.
Okay, this is the thing. I was gonna say, like, as a parent, enfrente al mundo, I'm gonna like ride with my kid, even if she's wrong. I'm gonna correct her in private, pero en front of the
Pero le estás
world.
dando alas, güey.
Sí, pero es que tienes que pensar, o sea, como I do get you because like, you know, that's your daughter, that's your blood. You're gonna have to ride for them, but you're also gonna have to discipline them and tell them what's right from wrong.
Exactly.
You can't continue to allow them to continue lying.
Exactly. That's my point. Like, don't feed her more. Don't give her more of that energy. Mejor ya no opines nada sobre el asunto, because he's been saying things here and there, el Pepe Aguilar, you know, and just don't give her that como que se sienta más. Yeah. Like, I feel like
I think they're all just dumb. They shouldn't have spoken on it. Like, people forget about things. You know, the internet was going to forget until there's like another drama. If they would have just stayed quiet, it wouldn't have dragged. And I think she's doing interview after interview or whatever, and like they basically at this point, because it's been a while, and so I feel like at this point she forced Cazzu's hand to speak up on the situation.
And she did mention that. She's like, I feel like I was forced to speak up.
Because she didn't want to, because she wants to remain private.
Yeah, she wanted to just keep it on the low. She let it go. She said she let it go when he
dijo,
left.
esta es la primera y la última vez que hablo sobre eso.
Yeah,
no quiero volver a hablarlo. And even then, she said it in the most respectful way. Like, she didn't even make a threat. She didn't make a threat. She's just like, well, then if not, then so be it.
Yeah.
I still have to remember that I have a daughter to protect and look out for.
Exactly.
I have a career. And, y sabes que algo que me llamó mucho la atención sobre la entrevista, dijo, tú, pues, se abrió con una amiga, ¿verdad?
Yeah.
En un podcast.
En un podcast de una amiga.
O sea, en lo que la amiga la está escuchando, mirando que, o sea, yo no conozco a Cazzu, yo no soy fan de Cazzu, no me gustan sus canciones.
Yo sé.
Que bueno, he escuchado como una...
Vale,
que bueno, no me importa, güey. No, o sea, no me gustan sus canciones, no, he escuchado como una canción, creo, y hace mucho tiempo, y es like, no es mi estilo de música, no me queda. Pero, escuchando cómo se abrió, o sea, me di cuenta que tiene un alma muy linda.
Yeah.
Muy linda. Y dijo algo que me llamó la atención. Dijo, amiga, tú me sacaste, tú sabes de dónde me sacaste, tú sabes de dónde venimos. Venimos de la nada.
Yeah.
Wow. Y me acuerdo de aquel lugar donde yo te conocí y te saqué de allí. O sea, eso me llamó tanto la atención.
Yeah.
Digo, a pesar de cómo nos miramos, tatuados, o sea, eso no nos define.
Exactly. And she's more, fíjate, ahí sí también le doy la razón, porque it's like, muchos siempre juzgan por la apariencia de los demás, right? Ella tiene tatuajes, tiene piercings. I think she only has a OnlyFans, I think.
Cazzu?
Yeah, I think she does. But her personality, it's just, I don't know, she's up here.
Yeah. Ahora que yo la
Y
escuché.
es toda una mujer, güey.
Sí.
And although there is a big difference, pero ya es mamá, ya maduró, things change in her life that made her like grow up. And I feel like cuando estaba con Nodal, even though she was older, she was still acting a little bit more as a teenager por la edad de él, you know? But her life changed when she became a mom, and she's very, personality-wise, she's very classy.
Yeah.
So don't judge a book by
Y
its
saben
cover.
que, o sea, qué decepcionada yo estoy de Ángela Aguilar, la verdad.
Es que es bien...
Qué decepción. Y eso que a mí sí me gusta su música. Ustedes les consta que me gusta su música. Me gusta como canta, tiene buena voz. Siempre me ha gustado su música. Pero la persona que es, estoy decepcionada. Estoy decepcionada porque, pues, o sea, es mexicana, es nuestra raza.
No, es argentina.
Oh, ¿ella es argentina? ¿Es ese
She,
show?
she says she's like
Joke, yeah.
9% Argentina because her grandma was like, I don't know what percent Argentina. I'm like,
And I
bitch,
never-
you're Mexican. But I'm like,
Maybe they
whatever.
just do this stuff to call attention and, you know, pull some headlines or something.
It's just funny to me that she's the only one of the daughters, or of the kids de Pepe Aguilar that is causing all this drama. Like, el otro muchacho, no dice nada.
¿El Leonardo?
Leonardo tiene 2 hijos más, creo que uno que vive en Tijuana y otra muchacha más grande. They're running their own business. She's just a little attention seeker. I feel like she's seeking attention. I want to say yes.
I think, you know what? I think she maybe was really protected being in this industry, and she wasn't really exposed maybe to the outside world. Like maybe she doesn't know like
so right now she's just
girl code or street code, you know, like I think she probably has a lot to learn, and I can assume or I guess assume that Pepe probably had her really protected, so she just
and had her very
spoiled. Maybe doesn't know better.
Well, that's I mean,
listen, at the end of the day, can we just say that at the end of the day, I am also tired of like women blaming the women. At the end of the day, the one that is responsible and started all of this was Nodal.
Yeah, and I was going to go back to that.
He's responsible, you know what I mean? He owed the loyalty to his daughter, to his kid's mom.
To his mother.
Angela, honestly, like, doesn't owe her anything.
So why do
she burned herself, yes.
But why do you claim being her friend, though? That's not okay. Like, los dos estuvieron mal. I do agree that Nodal had the majority of the responsibility. Yes, he doesn't know how to be on his own. Have you noticed that? Like, he jumped from Belinda to Cazzu right away, and then from Cazzu to Angela, like, right away.
Pues bien, dicen que un clavo saca a otro clavo.
Pero es que I feel like he doesn't even have feelings. At this point, like, I don't believe his feelings for anybody, because it's like, how can you love one person and then go love another one and then go love another one?
Maybe he's lost.
Well, then he needs to find himself on his own. That's how I feel. Like,
¿Estás escuchando, Cristian? Ve y encuéntrate.
Ve y encuéntrate. Despiértate, pero no puedes.
Suscríbete a BetterHelp. Y diles que te den un discount.
Búscate un post y piérdete, güey. No, like, serious talk, like, si él no se siente, si hay algo que le tiene miedo, siento yo que es a la soledad, porque no es posible que puedas brincar de una relación a otra y a otra y a otra and claim that you love every single person you're with. Like, I feel like that's not possible. Maybe because I'm a woman, I wouldn't.
Pero sabes que en el corazón no se manda.
Okay, so entonces don't claim that you're not infiel, because I feel like it takes a little bit for you to fall in love with somebody else. Like, you can't. I'm feeling like he probably was already talking to her while in another relationship.
Yeah, probably. Wait, I just want to go back. I really want to go back, and I really want to touch base on the fact that, o sea, cuando Cazzu estaba en su peor momento, okay, las personas que más ama a ella la ayudaron a sanar, la ayudaron estuvieron ahí para ella, y para ella en ese momento, para ella ese acto es un acto de amor. And I don't know why I wanted to talk about this, because it reminds me of friendships. And earlier this week, not relevant, but you know, we went to the pumpkin patch, and I remember that while we were in the car, I had an anxiety attack. We were driving in the car, and I was sitting like outside the window, and I just started thinking about how fortunate I am to have you guys, and just really going back on the last 3 months of our lives, and you know how we are so fortunate to have each other.
I agree.
Maybe in the aspect because we've endured like really hard moments these past few months, where I guess having you guys by my side has helped me overcome. I'm not gonna say heal, because it's a process, right?
Yeah.
And I'm speaking for me, but I'm hoping that you guys feel the same love and support from me too as well.
I do. I can honestly say that we've taken each other out of some like really dark places.
Yeah. I feel like, you know, at the end, I don't know. I think God had a purpose with us, to be honest, because August, September, October.
You can't make this shit up. You
Things
cannot.
happen to one person. The next month, a thing happens to one of us, and then it just keeps going on.
It's a domino effect with us three, and it's a little bit scary sometimes.
Yeah, it is scary. But
I feel like
we're blessed.
Yeah, we're really blessed, because I feel like cuando una pasa por una cosa, le pasa a la otra, and it's unfortunate, but we understand each other.
Exactly. Tienes a la otra que ya pasó por eso y te puede entender. Tal vez no sanarte, like you said, not heal you, but be there to support you because we already went through.
It gives you comfort.
Yeah. Like, you're not
alone.
You're not alone.
Y
We're
qué
in
bueno,
this together.
y qué bueno, o sea, y qué bueno que Cazzu tenía a alguien ahí para ella.
Yeah.
Que aunque ella no haya decidido hablar en ese momento, que no estuvo sola, me da mucho gusto que se haya refugiado en su familia, en su amiga, en sus amigas.
Yeah.
Y qué triste también para una amiga, o sea, ser una amiga, tener que ver a tu amiga pasar por el peor momento de su vida y no poder decir nada.
Yeah.
O sea, porque a veces así a las amigas, así nos pasa.
Mm-hmm.
O sea, te miro sufrir, güey, y con ganas de partirle la madre a 2, 3, pero, o sea, no puedo por respeto a ti, porque te quiero tanto y respeto.
Por la bebé.
No, sí, pero yo estoy hablando ahorita de mí, así como el ejemplo contigo, ¿sí me entiendes? O sea, que te quiero tanto como amiga, que me duele lo que te estás pasando.
Yeah.
Y a veces no poder hacer nada como amiga, no poder decir nada. Como por ejemplo la amiga de Cazzu, me imagino, you think she wasn't mad, she wasn't angry, how her friend was, attacked.
Pues en toda la entrevista she was crying.
Yeah.
When she started speaking about it, she was just crying, and she's like, Cazzu was like, no llores, amiga, but she's like, I feel like she at that moment was able to like let go of all those feelings because Cazzu did mention that, her friends were trying to protect her, like from social media, from all these attacks, that they were there to protect her peace. So they were, absorbing all that energy.
O sea, el pinche internet es bien cruel. El internet es bien cruel.
Demasiado.
Los memes.
Yeah.
Se mamaron.
Was Cazzu like attacked though?
I don't think she was attacked, but I guess the things that were being said in interviews were like.
No, yeah, some there are some mean posts. There are some mean posts like making fun of how they look. Yeah.
I didn't.
You didn't see. I have to find them and show them to you. But yeah, that.
I think they were mainly the
or
ones that I would watch
simplemente-
mainly for Angela.
Simplemente nomás tener que abrir el internet y mirar una foto de tu ex con la nueva persona.
O mirar
That's
Eso
so
me duele.
unfortunate.
And endlessly because it's like over and over and over in every freaking news media.
Yeah.
O sea, venden views. El chisme vende views.
Yeah. At this point, it's just profit. Everything is profit. They make their money and they don't care who they hurt, and that's sad.
People are cruel.
Girl, Cazzu, we all have your back here. We love you, girl.
Not that Christian and Angela are gonna care what we think, right?
Right.
But I feel like this was something that we kind of had to like speak a little bit about because it's reality, and they are public figures. They are, son cantantes or whatever, and they go through similar things that we go through that we don't make it public, I wouldn't say like
God.
I wouldn't say like mi amiga me quitó mi, like no, ¿verdad? But there's like little things that are, that we can say like
That we
I
can
feel
relate
you, girl.
to.
Yeah.
We can relate to. Como a mí me bajaron el novio, ¿ok?
Y no fue una amiga.
Y no fue una amiga, definitivamente no. Pero cuando le pregunté,
Fue un ángel.
fue un dulce ángel. No, güey. Cuando le pregunté, le pregunté straight out, hey, are you talking to him or what? Y me dijo que no.
La sinvergüenza, dude, like that's, ahí sí también es echarle la culpa mucho a la mujer, porque si tú ya sabes, like for me example, si yo te voy a preguntar a ti, hey, ¿qué onda con mi vato? Es porque yo ya sé. De ¿cómo te vas a atrever a negarlo todavía sabiendo que sí, like,
Yeah.
eso sí son sinvergüenzadas, like, to be honest.
¿A ti nunca te han bajado?
Gracias a Dios, no. And if I ever have a man, or like, if ever had a man that could be taken from me, you could keep him.
Yeah.
That is not my man.
Absolutely.
Te deshaces de una basura.
Ay, sí. The trash takes itself out.
Yeah.
I know. I pray that doesn't happen to me.
Ever.
Se va otro basurero. Damn.
Yeah.
Tirando rimas.
Well, yeah, let me see. What? No, nothing. Cricket. Did anybody want to add anything else to that?
No. Yeah, I feel like I said all I had to say. Y chinguen a su madre.
You know what's funny ahorita? Talking about women blaming other women.
Okay.
I forgot about this.
Oh.
Dude, una vez me pasó. Okay, so just a little backstory. Sorry. Okay, so I had when you have, I don't know if you guys have ever had like a boyfriend that you just don't consider like, or you don't want to even like claim them because it's just so cringy to think about. Have you? No? Let me explain. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thinking about like, for me, like, I was in high school obviously, and I had like a boyfriend from like my freshman to like maybe mid senior year. And whatever, it was like, I don't want to even claim it, like didn't want to think about it, like now as an adult don't even want to think about it for years, but it was like I guess like what was like my whole high school career or whatever, so it was like a significant part of my life. But whatever, like that relationship ended and it stayed in high school and it didn't go further and lost contact. Obviously I'm an adult and whatever, we had like broken up. Yo crecí, hice mi vida. I, obviously had G and forgot about that part of my life, right? And then I guess this is gonna turn into a story time just because we were talking about women blaming women or whatever. But I remember one time my daughter was like 5 months old and I woke up one morning and I had like this, not even like texted message, but on my DMs, like a voice memo. And it was a girl that I never seen, didn't know, and she sent me a long voice note, like threatening me.
Well,
and
why?
Okay, so she turned out to be like that ex-boyfriend. I'm not gonna give names, and if I do, I'm gonna change the name, but his new girlfriend. And mind you, my daughter was like 5 months old, so I was 25 at the time.
So this was like 6 years later?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, well, can we know what the note said?
Yeah, it was long, and she basically said like, mind you, and I swear like I had not had contact with this person, hadn't seen him since like high school, didn't even know if he had social media or not, never cared to look, it was just very much, I was a child, so it stayed there. I'm just like, oh, I don't even want to like claim this part of my life because it's just cringe,
Can we delete that?
Yes, I'm like, this isn't an X, this is a Y, did this happen? Anyways, so she said something along the lines of, if I ever find out that, we're gonna change his name to Brian. If I ever find out that he's looking for you, I'm going to kill you and I'm gonna kill your daughter.
What?
Girl.
He was probably searching for you. Like, he's probably like on your social media.
I was like, I've never looked for him. I've never talked to him again. Like, I remember waking up G's dad and I was like, listen to this. And he was like, what? He was livid. Like, you're threatening to kill a 5-month-old child. What is wrong with you? Like, how sick do you have to be?
That's crazy. Did you ever do anything about it?
Yes, because, dude, if someone would have messaged me like that, I don't care. But when it comes to kids are so off limits.
Yeah.
They are so off limits. You do not come for my kid.
Hell no, that's crazy. That's insane.
At that moment, you want to do something, like, you want to be impulsive. You want to be like, I wish you would. Try me. But I feel like, because there's kids, I think, like, you have to, like, pensar con la cabeza fría and think smart about things. And, dude, I knew no information about this girl or him, but I went to go file a police report that morning. I remember, like, I went to work and I called my manager and I showed her the message and I said, look, this is what's happening. I need to go file for a restraining order because, you know, at that time, I obviously didn't live with my mom anymore because I was with G and her dad and stuff, but my mom still lived at the same place, and I was like, I didn't know what this girl knew because I knew nothing about them.
Yeah.
And then fun fact, this girl is actually a friend of mine's from middle school's cousin. So I'm like trying to put the pieces together because to put a restraining order on somebody, you need to know like where they live, like they need to be served.
Yeah.
You know, like there's a process. So that morning that I saw it, and she had sent it maybe like the night before, maybe a day, 2 days before, and I hadn't seen it because you know when you don't have someone as a mutual friend, it goes to like requests and stuff. So I went to file the police report. It turns out that the girl had they already knew who she was because she had a record.
Wow.
So that was that. After I went to the police report, I went straight to the courthouse and I did the filing for the
Restraining order.
the restraining order. They approved it at the spot, like on the spot. I mean, it took all day, but that same day it was approved. But now I had to have someone serve her.
Oh, okay.
And or I could pay a sheriff to go serve her, but I didn't have an address. I didn't have none of that.
Oh.
So come my court date, because they give you a court date, I obviously it was via Zoom or what's the other thing called?
Yeah.
Teams. Because it was COVID time. Obviously I appeared, but it was she didn't appear, so then they postponed it and they gave me like an additional, I don't know how much time to get that information to serve her so that she would appear. Obviously I never got any information, and the cousin I don't think was willing to serve her for me, so it was like lost for years, right? And then fast forward to maybe Gianna was like 2 years old, I get contacted by a
PI, like a private investigator, or the person that's assigned to the case?
Yeah, not a private investigator, but someone that was that picked up the case.
Yeah, in the police
yes,
department, right?
And they called me. They're like, we're calling about this, dude. Habían pasado. It had been 2 years. I just took the L, you know.
Yeah.
But she's like, I would like for you to come in to like interview you, and because this is what's going on, like, you know, she's on our radar or whatever. And so I went, and I just basically told them what happened. She's like, I would like for you to show up in court, but if you're not comfortable, you don't have to. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't, but then she's like, but I'll make sure to follow up with you after court. And she followed up with me, and then they wanted to get her a felony for that threat. I don't think she got a felony, and I don't think she had to do jail time, but I know they granted me, and I didn't even have to be there 3 years, like a 3-year restraining order. But isn't that crazy? I'm like, how do I have control over your man looking for me? He never messaged me, never reached out. What I'm assuming happened was maybe she like saw that he was searching me or looking me up.
Yeah.
But I was so lost, like I've never received a message from him, never talked to him since I was 17. Like,
damn. Toxic.
Why are you so mad at me? Like,
toxic.
She must be on a good one. Like, why would you fucking after 6 years?
Wait.
Like, that's insane.
Yes.
That's crazy. I think he was searching you. I think he was like.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that I could think of, because.
What about, was he following you on social media?
No, I'm telling you, I didn't know if he even had social media. Never talked to him. Never spoke to him.
You forgot
never...
he existed.
Yes.
He was the why.
Yes.
Not the X, the why.
It gets juicier. And you know what I remembered? Ahorita también. So last week, dude, I have not, and didn't even ever want to run into him after that because.
Weird.
Yes, you know,
really
like.
Weird.
But last week, my mom was taking care of my daughter. And my daughter likes to go to my grandma's house a lot. So when she has her, she'll take her with my grandma and my grandparents' house. dude, tell me why I'm like getting off of work and I'm on my way to pick her up at my grandma's house because that's where they were. And there's like this car, I'm like parked, and there's this car that slows down. And before it gets to me though, like I can see it slowing down, like behind me, and where I'm like, okay, noted. Like, who is this? I'm like thinking like maybe someone in my family's pulling up because I was blocking the driveway. And he's like, the person is like passing.
And that's a cul-de-sac, huh? It's like a roundabout. It's like
No. Not my Nana's house. My mom's mom.
Oh, over in Chula. Oops.
Yeah, so it's like downhill and it's slowing down, and so much so that I'm like, who is this? And like I turn around and he like stops right next to my window and is like still driving but really slow. And I'm like, oh shit. It was Brian.
El Brian.
El Brian.
Y
El Brian, que no se llama Brian, pero le vamos a poner Brian por precaución. Yeah.
No,
But if they watch this, you know who you are.
No vaya a ser que la novia te diga que nos va a matar a todos.
Wait, and at that time, my mom was coming out, and she was like,
What was that?
yeah, she gave me the look like, she thought that it was just un muchacho que se me quedó viendo and like slowed down, and she's like, ay, and I'm like, Ben. And she's like, ¿qué? And I'm like, Ben. And then I'm like, Mom, era Brian. And she was like, ¿qué? Dude, I am so thankful. G had stayed behind. So she had stayed behind with my grandma, so she hadn't came out yet. I was like so thankful that he didn't see her. But wait, dude, after he passes by, because I just look and I'm like, ugh. And I'm like talking to my mom and telling her, and this is downhill, right? Tell me why I'm telling my mom this, and I see him drive right back up. And he drives right back up slowly, and this time my mom can see him because my mom's talking to me like on the passenger side window. And I like turn around and he like stops on the other side of the street, obviously, and he has like his window like halfway down, and he like waves at me. No, not I was like,
well, that's weird. I'm like just.
I had to bite my tongue because the nerve of you. You had like my daughter threatened.
Yeah, you got no shame.
Have the balls
No tienes
to wait
vergüenza.
Exactly.
My mom was like, we were just shook. I was like, there's no way. And you know what I'm thinking, dude?
And he's gonna keep driving by there?
No, I'm thinking that there's no way, like, for him to have drove that slow before even getting to, yeah. I have a feeling that he must have seen me on the street and followed me there. Because when I'm telling you that he drove so slow before, like, I could see him behind me. Yeah. He already knew it was me.
Yeah, for sure.
So I know, like, dude, my gut is telling me that he followed me. And that's why he slowed down next to me and, you know, to try to get my attention. Which is scary.
You're weird, boy. You're giving weird.
That's crazy.
You're giving creep.
Yeah, definitely. Creep.
Sus.
Yeah.
You sus.
I remember I told my cousin, like, after that, because I was like, dude, there's no way. And she was like, do you think he's going to try to contact you? And I'm like, no.
Absolutely not.
He's not. And he's got to be real stupid to do something like that. But also, he never tried contacting me before. So I doubt that he would have contacted me again. I think he just got caught looking, maybe, like searching for me on social media.
He still hasn't forgotten you. I feel like he's just the type that's just going to go in and look, but not say anything. But he's probably just watching you too. Especially if your page is public, he probably just watches and then goes.
I don't know, but I was so freaked out. I was like, yeah.
He probably thought maybe, you know, this is where she lives. ¿Qué tal si sigue pasando y ya no te ve?
I was thinking, like, I hope he doesn't think, because, fun fact, when we were together, like, it was my high school years, I was living at my grandma's house. Like, we were living with my grandma.
So he probably thought, oh, she's probably there.
Back there. I hope not. And if you're watching this, please
Don't.
stay over there.
But just don't forget to subscribe and like.
We need subscribers. If you want to know more about everyone on the go to YouTube.
Wowzers. I like how it kind of ties back to the Cazzu thing. I mean, I think it was more the whole restraining order about how she came at you and you had to do what you had to do to like defend your daughter, right? To protect.
Yeah.
Kind of like what she did. You know, she's like, hey, aquí le estoy poniendo un alto a esto. You know, so I feel like both of those kind of do like relate. And they tie back in.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I hope he stays away and just doesn't come back.
That was weird.
Yeah. So,
That was just.
but we gotta do what we gotta do to protect ourselves. So
Yes.
if
Well, I
if
mean,
you feel like
now
he's,
I'm like,
We can go
coming
pop some
around again,
tires.
like don't think it's a coincidence. Like do not. And if you have to, then you have to do what you gotta do.
If you see him again, apunta sus placas.
you're so right. I didn't
Ponte
think
bien,
that.
hija. Yeah. Apúntalas, because you never know.
You know what's funny? When she sent me that threat, I remember obviously I went on the social media like, who, what the fuck, you know? And she was so dumb. She had so many posts that like clearly incriminate her. Like I'm talking about, they had like videos and like pictures doing illegal activities. She had a picture of her car, like the make and model, the license plate. So that's like the only information I had. And her first and last name.
But why would she do that? Bueno, if she already
'Cause
had
they're like
history,
those-
people already know. Like even when you went to file the order, they already knew who she was.
Well, the police report.
That's insane.
She had a record already.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say?
I forgot. I forgot.
I know it was cheese.
What was I gonna say?
About the plates.
Oh, I know what I was gonna say. That they're just like cringy people. Like, you know those people that you meet in high school and then como que se quedan en esa etapa de su vida where they think that like illegal activity and like
It's cool.
is cool. Like they're just like, that's not it. It's not cute. You're a mom now.
Yo.
That's another thing. Dude. She had a lot of kids, and I'm like, you're threatening to kill a child when you have like 3 to 4 kids of your own is crazy.
She must have some mental problem or something, cause
Yeah, I don't think she's all there.
no,
Or you have a drug problem or something, because there's no way as a mother
you would do that.
you're threatening to kill someone else's child
Yeah. That is way out.
and leave them that, or kill me and leave my daughter.
Yeah.
And you know what's so
safety.
funny about that?
What would happen to her?
She thought that her cousin had given me information to file the restraining order. She didn't know that someone picked up the case, and I just got blessed that that it worked out that way. But she reached out and messaged the cousin and told her, you went and told her all my information, they're trying to take my kids away from me. And I'm like, pero cuando me querías matar a mí, dejar a mi hija sin mamá, no te importaba. You put yourself in that situation, and if your kids are left without a mother, it's because you are childish.
Exactly. Damn, that's crazy.
The
So she got
nerve.
into the.
I'm like, you're that twisted and sick in the head that you don't see that.
I
How
love
life works.
to see Brunette like this. I never see her mad. You know,
Dude, it's because kids are so off limits. And that's the thing, I'm like so calm. I'm like the calmness. I'm like all about peace. I feel like I bring everybody peace. And I'm just kidding. Pero dude, with kids,
She's like, you're not fucking with my
no.
That's just like,
And then can you imagine like me showing G's dad like, yo, and then he's like, you know what though? I will say he never questioned me. Like, are you looking for him or never? Like he knew me better than that.
yeah.
I just,
He trusted you
es que no, man.
in a way.
No, yeah, he trusted. He
Eso
knew.
es lo que se hace.
He knew that I'm not. No. He knew me better than to. No, but yeah.
Crazy though. I wouldn't know what to do in those situations.
Imagínate tratando de calmarlo a él porque es su hija y en ese momento su mujer y no poder yo decir no podemos hacer nada porque we have to be smart about this because then we look worse.
Yeah.
Más vale que haya un loco y no dos, como dicen.
Sí.
No, y sabes que yo creo que en ese momento Dios te da las fuerzas para hacer lo que tienes que hacer, lo correcto, obviamente. ¿Me entiendes? I mean, at this age, we have to be like smart, you know? We're not high school students.
Yeah.
We're not hoodlums, you know?
Dude, people are crazy. Ahorita no te puedes poner con la gente. You have to actually think that sometimes you want to call people on their bluff and like, oh, you're not gonna do shit, but like you really gotta, you can't take shit lightly these days.
Nope.
Y más si estás loca to threaten someone, I gotta think that you're that crazy.
I'm afraid to even say something in the streets because.
Dude,
Ya ves ahora, exactly, that's what I was gonna say. That's crazy, like. Y luego lo que pasó del carro que quiso hacer fraud with the insurance.
Get yourself some dash cams, you guys.
Yeah.
Oh,
She backed herself up to hit, yeah.
I heard about that.
That's crazy. People need to seek more therapy, more something, because what's going on with your brains?
It's more, therapy is more, it's not seen as like you're a loony person, okay? So it's more accepted now. So get the help you need because you can't be out here catching cases for dumb shit.
Threatening people.
Yeah, no, it's more like, don't forget you know, you have little ones that are looking up for you, looking up to you, and you know, that they should be your priority. Their safety should be your priority.
Yeah, but you know what? Sometimes people have a lot of mental issues que les ganan la cabeza. And they don't think about anything else. When I feel like when you go through this, I don't know, like anxiety, depression, whatever, te gana la mente que no piensas en nada ni nadie más.
You know, this brings me to, it's gonna roll on to a different topic, kind of, sort of, but it brings me to like how this last weekend I had like little depression vibes, and I started watching this movie on Netflix, and in the movie, the mom has a boyfriend, and they look like druggies, and they have 2 kids. One of them's like 17, 18 years old, I'm not sure. I don't know exactly what age she is. But literally the boyfriend put like stuff in the girl, in the mom's head. Like, she's like, we can't have her here, just let her, I don't know, I kind of feel like it was a setup, honestly. I feel like it was a setup and the father kind of like sold her to like this pimp who got her to believe, like he got her like into human trafficking where she's like a sex slave and blah blah blah. But it just kind of reminded me of what like, help me out here. It kind of reminded me, what were you talking about right now?
Crickets, I'm just kidding.
It reminded her that y'all do therapy, not drugs.
Yeah.
No, yeah, okay, yeah, so that's what I was thinking, like, the mom, like, she literally had, like, some sort of mental illness.
Yeah.
Like, para regalar a tu hija, she literally drove her out to, like, the middle of nowhere and dropped her off next to a park, and she told her, I can't do this, you know, he loves me, and he can't be looking at you, and she dropped her off. Y la pobre morra, como 15, 16 años, she got picked up by the pimp. Like, that's what I'm saying, it leads me to, there's, like, a second season, so I didn't finish watching it. I mean, still to be continued, but it just kind of led me to believe that the father like kind of like set her up, and he talked the mom into giving her up.
The stepdad.
Yeah, the stepdad. That was not the dad, the stepdad. Yeah, the boyfriend of the mom. Y la pobre morra, like, she's just out there stripping, and la tratan bien mal, los pimps, and she just goes through one thing to another, and I'm like, dude, how do like people who in the right state of mind does stuff like that, you know what I mean?
They can't be right in their mind.
Kid
Yeah.
at the park.
I
She's
shouldn't.
17.
No.
I know, absolutely not.
Something else, yeah, has to be going through her head, because, I mean, there is people that le hacen más caso al hombre que a sus propios hijos, you know? Like, prefieren al hombre que a sus hijos, and it's crazy, because...
Antes de mujer, tienes que ser madre.
Así es.
Yeah.
Well, that is another topic for another day. Does anybody have anything else to add on to like today's Angela and Cazzu? I gave my thoughts.
Cazzu, I'm with you 100%. Angela Aguilar and Christian Nodal, F you.
All I'm gonna say is that you guys really could have just stayed quiet and it would have gone away, but you guys dragged it and now we're here.
And everybody's hating you because of that.
And it's been like months.
Por abrir la boca.
Yeah, like they could have just not said anything and they would have been fine. Or even left it at the after fan de tu relación. If they would have just stopped it right there.
Nada más no respondas nada para atrás. Like just, you know, si ya te casaste, ya te casaste. Si ya fuiste infiel, whatever. Just let it go. Don't
stop trying to look like you're
interviews.
Yeah, stop trying to look like you're innocent when you're not.
You're just
not
taking
innocent.
yourself into a deeper and deeper
100%.
Yeah. And you're trying to like lie to yourself, especially her, like como diciendo, no soy mala, you know, like I'm not the mean one. Yo no soy la mala, yo no hice nada mal. When you know you did wrong.
Yeah.
Y los dos hicieron mal, especially him.
Lo más, ¿cómo dice el dicho? Lo más clarito, lo más decente.
Nada decente tiene la Angelita.
No.
Ay, Angelita.
This world needs more Cazzus, honestly, more pure hearts like Cazzu, and less Angelas and Christians, please. Anyways, well, with this, we're going to go ahead and close this episode. And we'll see you next time.
See you
Bye,
next
everyone.
time. Bye.